I grew up in the lifestyle, the generational curse, you know. My parents were in addiction. I was in addiction. It was a party from 12 till 35 years old. I just knew that I was meant for more, but I just didn't know how to get there. I'm so blessed right now, dude. I'm literally killing it right now. Watch the Hope Shot, or else.
What's up, everybody? That was tonight's guest, Justin McPadden. My name is Daniel Unmanageable. This is Hard Knocks Talks, and let's not waste any time. Let's bring him in. What's up, my man?
What's up, Daniel? How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. How are you doing? Did you like the intro?
Dude, I love it, and I love that you got the name right. That's all that matters, really, right?
It was giving me anxiety. Right before I said it, I said his name wrong before the show, and I won't repeat it because it triggers him. But I said it wrong, and he made sure that I knew that was wrong. So that the scary part's over now.
Listen, I mean, and it's not like the first time it's ever happened in my lifetime because you know, it's one letter off, man. Just one letter, you know.
One letter, yeah.
But yeah. How are you doing tonight, man? What's going on with you?
I'm doing good, man. Is there anything that you would like to say before we dive in?
I'm just excited to be here, man. You do a wonderful job here at Hard Knocks, man. I'm super excited to be here. So thank you for the opportunity.
Awesome. Let's dive in. All right. Well, why don't we talk about the life of Justin? What was it like growing up?
All right, man. Well, I am Justin McPadden, and I am my recovery date is 3/16/18, and man, I couldn't imagine my life any different than what it is today, and I'm still blown away that I get to live it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That hasn't always been the case since you know, when I was younger. It was you know, your typical alcoholic home. You know, my parents were my dad was an alcoholic, you know, running a business, and my mom, she partaked in the endeavors, you know, so there were just just a real toxic marriage between them two. And you know, when I was younger, man, my dad would be drunk, man, and just making fun of me. You know what I mean? Like I'd wet the bed, you know, just like any, you know, boy growing up. You know, you're like 5, 6 years old, and you wet the bed, and it's just, you know, sometimes we have problems, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, but it's like there's obtainable things to you know, help along. But you know, my parents did the best they could when I was younger. You know what I mean? You know, they did, like I said, the best they could with what they were dealt, right? Yeah. So my dad would make fun of me. I was scared of the dark. He would make fun of me when he was drunk, you know, like doing the dumb stuff. And I resented him to the fullest, you know, all that stuff carried along with me till the age of 35 years old, you know, because that's when I finally had enough.
So how old were you? How old were you the first time you got loaded?
12.
Was it at home?
Oh, well, yeah, it was, I think. No, wait, no. I don't think it was.
Am I leading you along? You know.
Yeah, no, I don't remember exactly the situation or where it was. All I know is we got messed up. Like I was real young, but I also had parents, like my dad and my mom split up at 10. I think it was like 9 or 10. They split up. My mom had enough of my dad, and they had enough of each other, I should say.
Yeah.
And my mom moved to my grandma's, and I live north of Tampa Bay, Florida. And she met you know, her biggest drug was codependency. She could not live without the guy. And she got with like a way worse, like 10 of my dads, you know, just, he was a biker. It was drug induced. He was
What was drug induced?
He was
the bikerism.
Yeah, dude. No, he was just insane. I mean, he would do drugs with us, like hardcore drugs with us. I was like 13, man. He's shooting up cocaine, smoking meth.
You were doing that at 13.
Oh yeah. Yeah, with
Wow.
him, you know.
Dang.
Yeah, man. I was young, and I got introduced to that. I just wanted to fit in. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
The whole time that I was just looking for an older role model, I was looking for a male
Yeah.
figure to, just fill my life, because that's what we need in this world. We
Right.
need these male role models, or for a woman, we need a female role model to
Hmm.
show them the ropes. Because, like, who the hell am I learning off of?
Yeah. Yeah.
Myself? Or
Yeah.
if not, I'm going to gravitate towards these young punks that I have no clue of. They have no clue.
Yeah.
They think they do, but they have no freaking clue. And nobody has
Yeah.
no clue. So what are we doing around here?
No, I
Running
don't know,
around like we
man.
don't even know.
So
Yeah.
were you like, when you were younger, was it like, I can't wait to get my hands on some drug? Like, I can't wait to get drunk, or I can't wait to get high?
Oh,
Or you didn't like, did you
no.
want to stay away from it because of the behavior you were seeing, or what was that like?
No, I just wondered what it was about. As kids, we're curious. We want to know what's
Hmm.
going on. And you see your dad doing it. You want to be like your dad or your mom or whatever. And, cigarettes was like, that was the first thing I ever touched, because they were smokers. I would sneak one, and just,
Hmm.
you're just trying to be cool. And then you want to be cool at school. Hey, look at me.
Hmm.
Who knew that would turn into this freaking whirlwind of freaking crap,
Puking in
I
the
don't,
bush
I
outside
don't
the
want to be.
school.
Yeah, you don't want to
Yeah.
be cool anymore. Like, I
Yeah.
got too cool, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, my level of cool it went a little high right off the bat there.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
you know, so in a young age, man, I was dabbling, man. We were doing acid and ecstasy, and I was like 14, going on the streets, because my stepdad was just he tried to kill me, like literally
Yo.
almost tried to kill me, because he did it twice. One time he choked me out, blacked out, and he was just super abusive. Beat my mom, beat everybody, dude. He was just,
Hmm.
but he was a drug addict as well. So it's like, he was miserable in his own existence. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, but it was just a horrible situation. So 14 years old, I'm out on the streets because I can't even live there anymore. I
Yeah.
can't stay there. I kick one night. Then this is the reason I started living on the streets. And one night, he was beating on us, like all of us, and he was drunk, and me and my sister left, and then we came home. We were at a friend's house. We came home. He starts, just being abusive. So I'm outside waiting because I was like, I ain't going in there. And then my sister goes in. I hear her scream. I run in there. He's on top of her. I go and like soccer kick him, right?
Hmm.
And
How'd that go over?
freaking not too well. And he had a fake leg too. So
Oh no.
because supposedly the cop shot it off. But anyways, so I kicked him off, and then the whole night he's trying to kill me. Like literally, he threw a metal bar this close at my head. I'm hiding out, and I was like, I'm never going back there. I'm done. And this wasn't like the first run that ever happened. One time, early on, I had to go to live with my dad for a little bit. Um, but I was an out of control teen as well. Like I had no direction. I had nothing. So it's not all their fault. I was out of control as well. But all these things that make up a person, it's just all just bad. And finally, when I was living on the streets, I got arrested a bunch of times. I was in boot camp. I went to a Pinellas County boot camp for 6 months, a youth program, and that was hell. And then I
Hmm.
went to a boys' village for another 6 months, and then um, finally somebody took me under the wing, and I started doing okay. But I was big into the rave scene, and I was a little bit, like my drug addiction was manageable, as I would say.
Hmm.
It was manageable. Like after this dude took me under his wing at like 16, 17 years old, he gave me a job. I started working.
Hmm.
We didn't have, like, growing up, we didn't have clothes being bought for us to go with, like new shoes, new
Yeah.
clothes, everybody looking fresh. I never looked fresh. I never had we never was nobody ever bought us clothes to go, like, there was money sent, but it was never spent on us. My stepdad would take it and he would do whatever. So I
Yeah.
know I dropped out of high school and we got a job and we started working because I wanted clothes, like, and I was tired
When
of
you
wearing the same
say
socks.
when you say we, like we did this, and like, who you mean we? Who's we?
Oh, Well, it's like my brother and my sister, us. Like when we were younger, we
Uh-huh.
didn't have like we didn't get clothes bought for
Right.
us like new school clothes or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I mean by we.
Okay.
Because it was I have a brother and a sister too, and
Mm-hmm.
we were all in the addiction, man. We were all screwed up,
Mm-hmm.
and and
You guys
so
stick together?
some uh we not we had like periods, you know what I mean? We had periods of like sticking together, and then periods of not, and periods of yes. And it was like when I was like in my 20s, we stuck together and we were all just a bunch of drug addicts in one house. My mom, my brother, my sister, and me. We're all in
Wow.
the same house. Just it was just
So
insanity.
when you're going through all this at the time, did that feel normal to you? Like, like this is normal. This is white picket fences. Like, or did you know that there was things that were not right here at all?
It was my normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my normal. It's my reality. I mean, that's just what it was.
You
You
didn't wish it
got.
was any other way?
Oh yeah. Oh, I wished it was different. I knew there was another way, but it was like it was just so caught up with it. And there's
Mm-hmm.
times when it was normalized, like I wasn't so like strung out because I didn't get strung out till I was about 21 when the pill mills hit and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was pretty manageable, man. I didn't do no pills or anything. We was eating ecstasy, man. We was all in love with each other. You know what I mean? Like we ecstasy was the love drug, man. We
Yeah,
were
yeah,
just having a grand old
yeah.
time,
Until it
and
wasn't.
until it wasn't, right.
Yeah,
Like so we're searching for other stuff, but the
yeah.
ecstasy days were there was no problem, it was just having fun and just being young and just going to raves and glow
Mm-hmm.
sticks and love, and like we had 40
Yeah,
of
yeah.
us all party.
Wow,
We'd throw
40.
big parties. Yeah, we'd have big parties, man, of like everybody just eating ecstasy and having
Yeah,
fun. And there was no problems. There was no people strung out or anything like that. There was times when it was a little crazy, but for the most part, no, you know.
yeah.
Um, but I didn't get strung out until I hit 20. I think I was 20, man. I was at work. I fell 2 stories. Um, I sprained my ankle real bad,
Yeah.
and they handed me 60 Lord Tab 10s.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, and I was eating like candy, and next thing you know, I'm like, by the end of that, I'm looking for other stuff, and then from there on out, man, and then the Roxy's came, and then they started
Mm-hmm.
getting those out like candy, and next thing
Mm-hmm.
you know, man, I'm hooked, and
So you
that's
got
something you
these.
need to survive.
Yeah, well, yeah. You got this prescription, and as
Yeah.
soon as it ran out, like, did you go back seeking, or did they said that was it, or did they give you more?
Well, I think they gave me more, but I had friends also. It's like, yo, you don't need those, man. Check these out. You know
Oh
what I mean?
man, yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, and they were like, it went from Lortabs to Percocets, and then, and from there it went on. And that was the first time I ever been actually hooked on something.
Mm-hmm.
Even on my in the younger years when I was doing stuff like, shooting up with my stepdad, I didn't do it after that. Like I stopped. Like I kind of like got away from that and I never touched it until I hit 26 years old. I picked it back up after that. But yeah, I after that, after I got hooked on those, man, I started a business and I was doing well, and somewhat well. I mean, not really well. We were just maintaining, but
Yeah, yeah,
we owned a business, me and my brother, and
yeah.
that was a toxic relationship too. But we owned this business, and we were getting all these jobs and getting money, and we were like just felt like we are on top of the world, But we were
Mm-hmm.
just go crash course,
Yeah, yeah,
until it all came crashing down, and then next thing shit hit the fan,
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
you
and
think you're doing awesome when you've got all that, you've got enough money to get as high as you want, and that feels like success in some twisted sort of way, doesn't it? That same thing
of
happened to me with the
course,
business. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Until like, and then you can. It's an interesting thing about down. I don't know. Do you guys call it down there? Justin's
No,
in Florida, by the way. Yeah,
yeah, I'm in Florida. We don't call it down.
yeah.
I think because we're already down here.
We don't want to go any more down. No, that's like
We don't go anymore.
fentanyl, opiates, things like that. We call it down. So But
No.
in any case, for me, was my ruin. I had a company, and all I needed to do was take a pill, and everything felt okay, right? And then I just lay on the
Oh
couch
yeah.
and watch Judge Judy and watch my business burn to the ground.
uh, no, dude, I listen, those pills, I felt like I was Superman. Like
Yeah.
they would make you feel like you can do anything, anything. I felt like Superman. Like because I do drywall for a living. You
Mm,
know what I mean? Like I had a drywall business and I've been doing it since I was 16.
hmm.
So I felt like I was on top of the world. Like I could finish any job. And when I didn't have it, I couldn't do anything but curl in a ball and cry like a baby, you know?
Mm. So were you doing a good
and
job? Like when you like look back now, like have you ever gone back and looked at any of the work you did during that time?
I have no clue, man. I lost those 20s, you know what I mean? Like so
Yeah.
most of it's a blur, cuz 22 and on, I was just Xanax and opiates and whatever,
Mhm.
drinking, craziness, fights, just insanity
You ever do any
until the
time?
business was lost. Oh, yeah. I I will say that I didn't get in trouble again until I really went down. I didn't get in trouble till after like 26 years old or 27. I didn't get in any more trouble after hitting the juvenile. That I didn't get in
Mhm.
trouble till about 26 after I started doing the drugs that make you go homeless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I did
and
those.
I yeah, the drugs that make you go homeless, like the smoking crack and you're
The
shooting
meth.
up,
Yeah.
those are the things. Meth, it didn't really matter. So when I lost the business, man, like
Mhm.
my life was in shambles. My girlfriend cheated on me that I was with for forever.
Mhm.
I was just like depleted of any kind of anything. We go around this life and we put on these fake personas of like these masks of like money, all right,
Mhm.
or titles or girlfriends or materialistic things. Man, I have all these things and I'm like, yeah, I'm living large. I'm great, all while I'm the most insecure person in the world. And when all that stuff is taken away, what do I have left to actually hold on
Mhm.
to make me feel secure, right? I don't
Mhm.
have anything. So now my girlfriend cheated on me. I lost the business. Everything's going to shit. My house is going to shit. So what do I do? As first sign of anything, man, I get, selling, I was dabbling in drugs and stuff and selling it. This guy comes over, man. It's like, hey, man, he's got like a crap load of crack, dude. And I'm like, okay, let's do this. And dude, we stay just insanity. I've
Mhm.
never really, you know, smoked like that. And next thing you know, man, I'm hooked. And then it went down a downward spiral for like 3 years because I already
Wow.
lost everything. What's the
Yeah.
freaking point, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
already and so my house is going shit. Electric got turned off. Next thing you know, this house is like a trap house, or not necessarily a trap house, but like a just a flop house, man, like a vacant property. And some things I'm not proud of in my life, but that's one of them, man. And um, it just went down so fast, and
Mhm.
that's what I did. I stopped working. I was robbing, stealing. I would go to Walmart's, man. I was the best klepto, Walmart, Home Depot,
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
kind of store I would
Especially
steal
around
from.
Christmas time, hey? Like that's just the easiest. You
Oh,
just
yeah.
walk out with a whole cart.
Yeah, man. And that became my career. And
Mhm.
I would just it was just that was the most insane part of my life, from 26 on to about 29.
Mhm.
I was just in this whirlwind of just garbage, man. And then I found the needle. And when you find that, man, that's a whole nother beast, man.
So we're
Fighting
not
all
even
these
at the bottom
demons.
yet.
Oh no, no,
Oh
this
no.
is good. No, we're just revving up, So
Oh,
26, I'm you know, I was smoking dope, I would just be snorting pills. That's it.
mhm.
Next thing you know, I'm getting accused by this chick, by my babe, my ex girlfriend that cheated on me. I'm still trying to hang out with her because I want my old life back and I can't get it. So I'm
Mhm.
freaking, she's accusing me of shooting up, and I'm like, if you're gonna accuse me, I'm just gonna do it. So I did it, and that was it, man. It was off to the races, and I'm shooting anything possible. It was like a gutter, a dumpster of freaking whatever.
Mhm.
And so and then I was stuck on that shit, man, for till I finally got rescued. I call it getting rescued.
Yeah.
Um, it's getting arrested sometimes is a rescue mission on myself, and I say that a lot because it's true. Like
Jailhouse
if I never
Genesis.
got arrested, yeah, if I never got arrested, man, I'd be still doing it. But I literally was like, thank you for saving me. I couldn't stop. I couldn't
Yeah.
stop. I just
Yeah.
couldn't, you know.
Yeah.
But 29 hit, man. I got arrested twice in 1 month,
Hmm.
and I was 130 pounds soaking wet. It was the worst I've ever been, and I didn't even think I looked that bad, you know.
Hmm.
But looking back, I have two pictures, man, where I look like Smeagol from Lord of the Rings. You know what I mean,
Man,
with the Precious.
you know,
Telling
sometimes,
you.
we all do those, those of us who have the pictures, we do the before and after comparisons, right? With the little post, and we do testimony. One of my before pictures was a picture that I took to put on Tinder at that time. That was one of, and I use that as a before picture now. Like, I thought that was awesome at the time. I'm like, fuck, you look good. I'm posting that shit. Yeah, I didn't have, I
Yeah,
really,
man. You think
didn't
you
really do
think you
that
got
good
the
on
world by the
Tinder.
balls, man?
Yeah, no,
That's
I
that's
didn't.
it's all about perspective, man. It's all
Yeah.
about perspective. It's what you see, man. It's your world. You know
Hmm.
what I see and what other people see are two different things. That's why, like most of the time, man, I'm always telling my wife now. I'm like, man, like I feel fat. She's like, dude, you've lost so much weight. Yeah, I can't see it. I don't see any progress. It's like
Hmm.
sometimes just listen to some people around you. They'll
Hmm.
help you because they see it and you
Hmm.
can't. You're the last one that knows anything.
Hmm.
Everybody else does. Everybody's like, I ain't got a problem. Yes, dude. Yes, you do. Your
Yes.
collarbone's sticking out. You're 130 pounds
Yeah.
soaking wet, bro. You're
Yeah.
rough. And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I think I
Yeah, you know
did.
what? Towards the end, I don't know how my mom like put up with the smell of me. Like towards the end, I was diving, like dumpster diving every day. I wouldn't shower for like 6 weeks at a time. So yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't. Yeah, I don't know how I didn't see it. I look back now and I just shake my head. So where
yeah.
was your parents? Like towards the end there, like did you become estranged from them, or were they still around, or what did that look like?
Nah, my dad didn't talk to me. My mom was she was in her own addiction.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she passed away a few years ago from liver failure.
Sorry.
But yeah, it's just a part of the thing, man, and I'll get into that in a second. But she did the best she could. She did the best she could for what she had, and like, I held on to a lot of resentment towards my folks for a long time. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people, anybody, pretty much, man. There was a whole shitload of people that didn't even know,
Yeah.
that I had this. The triangle self obsession, man, is huge for me. It's the resentments of the past and fearing the future and pissing all over the present, man, being angry. I was angry at everybody, at life, at
Mm-hmm.
anything, man. Everything was the problem. Everything. I make these huge freaking mountains out of these small little baby nothings,
Mm-hmm.
problems that I had,
I still do that.
you know?
I still do that.
Because we're very good at it. But,
Mm-hmm.
we have to, what can I control? What do I have control over? I have control of my actions and my reactions.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I really focus on, is try to like be grateful for what I have, because life tomorrow's not promised, and and don't sweat the small shit, don't sweat the small shit. Just keep moving
Mm-hmm.
forward, um, but that 29 was last time I ever did anything that made me homeless, right? I never
Mm-hmm.
shot up again, never smoked crack, never did anything. 29 years old, I got put in drug court for the second time too. The first time I couldn't complete it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I got arrested, for shoplifting. I have all my charges are like petty thefts. It's petty thefts and unlawful possession of a driver's license. That's my
Yeah.
deal. That's
Yeah.
all I have, right?
Yeah.
And a possession charge, which it's really nothing, But that I'll never forget that person in that mugshot, bro. I'll never forget him. And
Mm-hmm.
so I got drug court. I did drug court. I completed drug court, but the whole time I was drinking,
Oh
and
boy.
drinking became my drug. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, as long as I don't touch the opiates or the crack, I'm okay. As long as I don't start shooting up again, I'm gonna be okay. Well,
Mm-hmm.
that's false. I
Mm-hmm.
just switched it out. I switched out all that other crap for drinking. And drinking was way more unmanageable than anything else, because one thing, it's legal. Another thing, I I don't know, man. I get in fights all the time for no reason. Especially it
Mm-hmm.
depends on the liquor, but I was drinking the whole
Rye,
time.
rye, rye did it for me.
I rye?
Yeah, yeah, totally.
What is that?
Rye, what? Rye, whiskey.
Whiskey. Okay, thank you.
You guys have whiskey
Whiskey
down in
does.
Florida?
Yes, I'm sorry. We don't call it rye. We call it whiskey.
Huh.
But and then tequila. Tequila does it for me, man.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't do tequila much, but that
Mhm.
was what did it for me. But I got before I did drug court, that like it was 2011. It's December 31st, 2011. It's right before New Year's Eve. I have this big party to go to on New Year's Eve, and I'm like so super excited about it. But I go out with my buddy and we go out and have a great old time. We got his girl's car. It's one of my best friends. He's not, he's doing really well. And we're just having a great old time. We go out, gallivanting the town, and it's
Mhm.
like 2 o'clock in the morning. And we went to go try to find this chick. We couldn't find her. So we went by my mom's house. And my sister's at this dude's house. And they're all, using. And I try to
Mhm.
go over there like Captain Save-A-Ho. My mom's like, hey, she's not coming home, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm going to go get her, because I'm on
Yeah.
tequila.
Yeah.
I go try to get her. And there's this dude there. And my mom pumped my head full of stuff. And I don't know why, but I just set it off. And I'm not a fighter. Like, I just
Yeah.
went off and I started fighting this dude. And, and then we were done fighting, and then like I went outside, and then it was like I had like a little cut on my chest, and I was like, this dude cut me, and I threw a brick through the window. Next thing,
Oh
all these,
no.
I didn't know that how many. There was a lot of people there. They come outside with bricks, and they freaking hit my boy in the head. I'm on the street. I get hit in the face of the brick. Next thing you know, we're trying to leave. This dude comes out with a knife and he stabs me. Stabs me. They said 9 times. It was less than that. It was probably like 6, but he
Oh,
got me
don't
in
be
my side
modest.
really, really.
Don't be
Yeah, but he
modest.
got me
Yeah.
in my right. But he got me in my side really bad. Like, and
Yeah.
there was blood all over the car. All the windows were busted out. It was just a mess. And so he drives me to the hospital. I was in ICU. Had to get blood transfusion, and this is all drinking. This is
Mhm.
not anything that made this is not the crazy stuff. This is
Yeah.
just drinking. Anything I touch, anything I do, it's always to the extreme, and I will not settle for anything less.
Mhm.
And I know this about myself. But we have to do that, own investigation of our own in order to figure out,
Yeah.
if we could, as long as I don't touch this, it'll be all right, and
Mm.
I'm in the hospital. They shoot me up with morphine. I was like, whoa. And like,
Off we
I'm
go.
out of it. Yeah, and I'm out of it. No, I didn't. I was like, listen, I can't have that stuff because that stuff made me homeless.
Yeah.
I need non-narcotic. Haha.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm responsible.
Dude, you're in here in ICU
Yeah.
getting stabbed up,
Yeah.
half drunk, and
Yeah.
like, barely you're lucky you're alive, right?
Mhm.
And I'm like, not narcotic, please. Because I'm like, and I look back and I'm like, dude, you're retarded. You know what I mean? Like, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like I didn't deal with the behaviors, man. And I was in
Mhm.
drug court and everything, and I didn't listen to them. I was like, please, it's
Yeah.
telling me,
Yeah.
I'm literally cheating myself. I'm cheating myself. That's it. I ain't cheating them. I thought I was
Mhm.
getting over on them. It's getting
Mhm.
over on this guy, you know?
Yeah.
And but I completed drug court by the skin of my teeth, man.
Yeah.
But as soon as that hit, man, I was off to the races. I was doing, a Molly, because I was like trying to live the back in the day stuff with the ecstasy, and
Yeah.
Molly just is not the same. It's
Back in the
definitely not
day
the
is
same.
gone, man. It is gone.
It's gone.
It ain't
But I'm
coming
trying to
back.
relive it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to relive it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
So
it's
what finally,
it's
like, what finally did it? Like, what finally, like, was it a slap in the face that did it, or did someone hold your hand? Like, different people go different ways.
Well, I started a family, right? And there's while I was drinking and stuff. I had my wife now. We've been together for 10 years, and she didn't know me when I was in my mess. But so me and her got in a relationship. It was toxic again, but we had a baby together, and then we had another baby, and then
And you were still
I
drinking
broke
and
my leg.
using?
Yeah, but then I broke my leg at a party, being drunk, thinking I'm like just bullshit with my friend. I'm like, I break my leg at this party. I roll my ankle. I roll my ankle in a
Yeah.
hole, and it breaks my leg.
Wow.
And then I'm off to the pills again. I even started a business again, which I have the business till this day, and it's actually very successful now.
Mm-hmm.
But before, I started a business. I was doing real well, thinking again, cleaning up the outside, getting money,
Mm-hmm.
toys. Look at me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all the while, I'm still a mess on the inside, the root of the behavior. So, that went on for years, man. I would try to get clean, and then I went to work, and then I tried it again. Going back and forth, Suboxone, opiates, Suboxone, opiates, Suboxone, opiates, nonstop. So finally, 2018, my wife had enough of my shit. She's like, I'm at my wit's end.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going buck wild. Somebody turned me into the state for not doing proper licensing for my business. I'm like, what am I going to do? I took a test to try to get a contractor's license. All the while, this dude is in my head. You're a felon. You'll never get a license. You'll never be anything. It's the same deal I've been dealing my whole life. Like the picked on, the you'll never be anything. You're no good. All these lies that I've been told my whole life, right? All of them and festering, and this dude telling me you're a felon. You'll never be anything. Da da da. So I took the test. I passed. But the whole time waiting for them to approve me, I'm sitting here like pilling myself and drinking myself stupid because again, so thinking that you're stuck because you're a felon, it sucks, man. Like
Yeah.
I'm a felon, I'll never be anything. I'm not gonna get a good job. I'm not gonna have this. I'm not gonna get this. Da da da. These lies that
Mm-hmm.
we tell ourselves is
Might as well
bullshit.
get fucked up.
Yeah, might as well stay fucked up. What
Yeah.
else? That's all I got.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they approved me for my license for to be a contractor in Florida, and I was like, all right, man, here I go. So this last opportunity, somebody believed in me. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
believes in me that I might be able to do a good job because I presented all my stuff to them, and I was like, whatever it takes. You know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
whatever it takes. So I checked myself in the outpatient treatment. I I did 90 meetings in 90 days. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I went full throttle. I was like I had nothing to lose. I was like I cannot live with myself anymore. I was just over. I was done, and that gave me that little confidence like this is the last opportunity I have to change my life.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have a license to be the contractor for this business that I have, and nobody
Mm-hmm.
can tell me shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
I went all in, man, and I did the IOP intensive outpatient treatment
Mm-hmm.
program, and it was the best thing I ever did, man. The more accountability
Awesome.
you can have in the beginning, the best it is for you. You need piss tests, you need whatever.
Yeah.
We need accountability to ourselves because I can't trust myself with
Yeah.
myself.
All right.
You
Let's
know?
take a quick break and hear from tonight's sponsors.
Yeah.
Now that I've left Prairie Sky, I just feel free from my addiction. Treatment saved my life. Prairie Sky Recovery saved my life.
Tonight's show is also brought to you in part by Stronger Together Canada, peer-led support groups by Moms Stop the Harm. So, tell us about your first year in recovery.
Oh, my first year in recovery was all about recovery, nonstop. Just go, go, go. Anything,
Mhm.
everything, doesn't matter what it was. But that first year was a lot of emotions, man. Like everything was like there was a whole new life out here, and like I didn't get to live it until I finally surrendered to the fact that I can't keep doing this shit. I can't
Mhm.
have one. I know I can't have one because every time I have one, it leads into more and more and more. And I'm like, and it like I don't know what the hell, why the light bulb clicked on in 2018, but the light bulb went off, and I started seeing things differently, man,
Mhm.
and seeing life and seeing these people that are like recovering, from drugs and like they're happy, joyous, and free. And I'm like, man, I could
So,
have some of that too. So, and
you're a program guy.
I kept going. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, to this day.
Yep. Yeah, I still do it.
What was it
Yep.
like walking in the rooms the first time?
Scary as shit.
Did you know someone?
Luckily,
Like
I
did
knew some
someone
people.
did someone walk
Yes.
you down the stairs or did you walk in yourself?
So one of my buddies that I grew up with, his dad is the one that actually took me under his wing when I was like 16, 17. And took me, he was my guardian for like, I don't know, a year.
Mhm.
And he took me under his wing and he helped me. So his son, or one of my best friends I grew up with, he got found recovery before I did, and he was in there. So it was a little bit easier of a transition, but still, man, it's still, he has his own little clique in there. So it's like,
Hmm.
you know, he has friends in there, and I don't know anybody, but it's still scary, man. Change is scary,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So did you follow the suggestions? Did you get a sponsor? Did you do the steps?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was gun ho. I did
Hmm.
everything, anything,
Did you stick
everything
with
they
the
told
same
me to do.
sponsor?
Yeah.
Really? I went through like
Not
six.
not
I went through
today
like
though.
six.
Not today. No, he was my first sponsor was my sponsor before he was my sponsor. Before I even knew what a sponsor was. It was
Hmm.
like, listen, man, I just want to live like this. I was, dude, a
Yeah.
boohoo crying, like, when you're
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
that mindset, and that craziness, you're just like, you want to stop, but you just don't know how. You don't know how to get out of this shit.
Hmm.
And and like I was boohoo crying to him, and he would always like pick up the phone. But he's a friend. Listen, this dude that was my sponsor, I knew him in fifth grade.
Hmm.
So like me and him were in school together in fifth grade. We
Yeah.
still he has a picture of it too.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So when did you the different people say different things about unmanageability. When did you first realize the unmanageability? Was it when you walked through the door, or was it before that, or was it after that? Some people walk in those rooms and thinks they still got control. They think they still got this.
Oh, listen, man, we evolve in this stuff,
Hmm.
Um, but I surrendered fully, I know I still don't got it. I
Hmm.
still don't got it. And even for a while, man, my business became my new recovery, Like I was gun ho in business. I was learning new things. I was learning
Yeah.
how to market. I was learning how to do this stuff. I was
Hmm.
learning how to edit videos. I learned a lot. Like, listen, in my 4.5 years, I learned how to do Venetian plaster, which is like drywall on steroids. It's the decorative side. I learned how to do video editing. I learned how to market a business. I learned how to do graphic design. It's not like I don't get paid for it, but I get I have fun with it. Like
Hmm.
I enjoy it. I learned how to do live podcasting, just
Hmm.
like you, Daniel. Me and you
Hmm.
are a lot similar because we both learned at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's the gifts of recovery is we get to learn new things. We get to discover us, our creative side,
Hmm.
our things that we didn't know about ourselves. We
Hmm.
could do whatever the hell we want as long as we stop fucking putting drugs and alcohol in us.
Yeah.
We can do whatever we want,
Hmm.
literally. You know.
So what happens? Like, what happens when it gets quiet now? Like for me, like I still, when I don't have some place to put my focus, where I don't have some place to put my drive, I get really sick. Like I need to have that place to go. And I think that's what makes people like us such good, in business and stuff like that, because we've got that drive. Because we need something. Whether it's healthy or not, we need something to fill that void, to give meaning to our lives, so we can go to bed at night and feel fulfilled, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So, are
You
you?
know.
Is it like that for you too, or are you able to go and just like lay on the couch for 3 days and be okay?
I'm never laid on the couch for any amount of time. But I try to practice the pause. I try. I'm not
Hmm.
saying it works.
Hmm.
There's anything in my life I still can make unhealthy. Like it doesn't have to be drugs and alcohol. Everything in my life I can make just like drugs and alcohol. Whether it's eating right, whether it's fitness, whether it's social media, whether it's junk food. And
Hmm.
dude, I can go on and on and on. It's like my addiction, my behaviors come out in all at facets of my life. I'm addicted to more. I'm addicted to anything that will fill me. And like that's where I have to learn to like, okay, this is getting a little unmanageable and I can
Hmm.
recognize it. And I have to be like, okay, how do we fix it? Either I go
Hmm.
to meetings, I go do some step work, or I talk to somebody, or I take some things away or add some things.
Hmm.
It's either or. Either I have too much on my plate or not enough. So but I'm trying to learn how to practice pause. I always like throwing shit on my plate, man. And it's sometimes becomes unmanageable. But
Mm-hmm.
last year, um, my wife got sick and I had to pump the brakes totally. Like I had to stop doing business as much. I had to just everything was on pause, and the Hope Shop thrived through that. And I actually became better through that. I didn't become worse because I didn't let it control my life. And like she got better, she went through chemo last year, and it was one of the hardest years of our lives. But
Mm-hmm.
it needed. It's screwed up to say, man, but it needs to happen sometimes to show you what the true meaning of life is.
Yeah.
What is it? Like like don't wait until something tragic happens or something that might be tragic happen, because like there's more to life than just working and not having any kind of self-care or doing anything that like involves, just being present. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and enjoying your family, enjoying the moments, enjoying
Mm-hmm.
vacation, stuff like that, man,
Yeah,
So,
and it's tough, for me, like putting down the drugs, that was the easy part, right?
yeah, man.
Um, when you so okay, so you're a program guy, so we can talk a bit about this. Tell us a little bit about where you got hung up. Like a lot of people really struggle with step 4 or step 6 or step 9. Like where were your hangups, and where did you accelerate? Like where did you excel and flourish?
So I was on it, dude. I'm brutally honest, man. But I flourish in the 1, 2, 3. This
Mm-hmm.
the step 1, 2, 3.
So God's not
You're
a problem for
powerless over
you?
this. It is to an extent, but how I was taught? Yeah, it's a little bit of a hang up, but not really that much anymore. But when I first started, it was. But people explained it like this: good orderly direction. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Good orderly direction,
Mm-hmm.
and using the people in the rooms, they're a power grade in myself.
Mm-hmm.
They are a power grade in myself to help me to restore me to sanity. So I have a good support group. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I have somebody I can call anytime, say, "Hey, let me run this by you," because it might sound like legit to me, and I
Mm-hmm.
call somebody like, "Bro, do you hear yourself?" And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and then they break it back. I didn't even really think about it like that. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So, but the one thing is like I need to be I am an overthinker on every aspect of my life, right? I'll overthink eating cooking ramen noodle, right? It's the easiest thing in
Yeah.
the world, but I'll overthink
Yeah.
it, right? And then I'll burn it or I'll freaking cook it too much or whatever.
Yeah. And then kick the
But
shit out of
all the
yourself for
stuff,
2 days.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
or or spill some hot water on yourself while doing it, something like
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm an overthinker, man. I need things like wrote out in crayon with some pictures, a nice pretty picture by it. Like I literally, I'm telling you, I need I want to have a good understanding of things. I like to understand it fully because I'm a very factual person. I need stuff to like be clear. That's why it's so hard
Mm-hmm.
for me.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever did a personality test, bro, on yourself,
Mm-hmm.
I found out exactly who I am. I'm a very factual person. I need facts. I need everything written out to a detail
So
so I understand.
did that make it more challenge? Do you think that made it more challenging for you to find recovery? Because like, you hear that barstool science, right? Like, oh, I need to understand this at a molecular level before I can quit.
Yeah.
Was it like that for
I
you?
don't, probably, who knows? I didn't really take recovery seriously. I don't take any. I never took anything seriously in my life. So,
Mm-hmm.
to an extent, but I believe because other people believed,
Mm-hmm.
and because they believed, I believed, and that I just followed what they did, and that's what got me here to where I am. And am I telling you that like my faith is like all knowing and da da da? No, it's not. It's not like perfect. It's sometimes I question a lot of things, but it's okay. I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to. It's not
Mm-hmm.
a perfect thing. It's whatever I believe. I believe that something's out there that's greater than myself. And it
Yeah.
is true because I see it working in my life. I
Mm-hmm.
see it happening all around me. I see miracles everywhere. So, it doesn't have to be this fireworks show that everybody's waiting on. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
Just a little baby nothing, believe because somebody else believes,
Mm-hmm.
and it will happen.
You ever see any prejudice towards people that use Suboxone in the rooms or methadone?
You know, yes, of course. Because a lot of times abstinence is the way. You
Mhm.
know, that's the only way. Now, do I believe that? No. You know, I believe that, you know, everybody has their own way to find recovery. And I think Samsha does a really good job at breaking down what recovery really means, the defining of it. It's just being healthier, you know,
Yeah.
returning. I'm gonna find it, but I want to read it to you, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it. But
I don't think I've
it
ever had
is
anyone
just
actually Google something on the live stream before.
hold on. I have a picture of it, and I'm gonna find it real quick because it's in here. But
Yeah.
it's a
It's
it
a pretty hot.
is
It's a pretty hot topic up here in Canada. Well, really, it's a pretty
is
hot
it?
topic everywhere. Everybody that I talk to, and I had a lot of program people on here, and I have never once in my 100 and whatever productions that I've done, I've never had a program guy come on here and say that they agree with that abstinence is the only way, and if you don't do it like this, you're gonna die. You know, like you hear that in the rooms,
No.
right? You hear that. Oh,
Yeah.
if you don't do the steps and you don't have a sponsor, you might as well just go out and die. You know, like I've heard people say
No.
that. People that I respected at the time, and I still have a lot of respect for them today, to be quite frank.
Yeah. I
But
mean, you know, everybody has their opinion, right? And we
yeah,
all have our opinion, and they're like assholes. But we need to meet people where they are. Period.
yeah,
Right? My recovery ain't gonna look like your recovery, and yours ain't gonna look like mine.
yeah,
Just like how I found it, how I recover.
hmm
I might die doing what you do.
yeah,
Um, and like it's just not fair. Why deny somebody? Why we judge too much in this world, man? We are too hard on people. We are just douches, man. We need to freaking start loving people, having
yeah,
compassion, and like helping people get well. Like,
yeah,
what is so hard with not? You might not understand it. Cool. We
hmm
don't. That's the problem. Is we're people that want to understand it. We don't. It doesn't have to. Just like a higher power, bro. I
yeah,
don't freaking understand it.
yeah.
All I know is like it's. I'm
There's
here and
there's
I'm doing
something
the
out
deal.
there that wants good things to
Something.
happen.
There's some shit happening.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, dude, I know that my friend, and she's an awesome person, and I've only known her on Facebook, and she does the MAT program, and she's out there helping people. So
hmm
you're telling me she's not worth it? Like she's out there saving people's lives and being
hmm
a productive member of society. She deserves it. Why are you so special? And I just listen, I am grateful for my fellowship that I came from and what it's
hmm
done for me.
I
So
love the
not
steps.
everything, and
I love them.
I do too.
Yeah.
And I feel like you know, these other things that are out there, we have to meet people where they are. If not, man, people can keep dying, and then where they belong, you know. All right, so Samsha defines it as a process of change through which individuals improve their health and wellness, live self-directed lives, and strive to reach their full potential.
Boy, I
It
didn't
doesn't
hear
say, man,
abstinence in there.
nothing.
Yeah,
No, we are
yeah.
individuals. There's a process of change through which we improve
hmm
our health and wellness.
hmm
And if you're doing MAT and you're not out there shooting up and robbing and stealing and cheating and not taking care of your babies,
Yeah,
good for you.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
for you. And I
Would you
hope you
call that?
keep
Would you
doing
call
it.
that? Would you call that person clean?
I would call it a person in recovery.
Fair enough. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I would say they're a person in recovery. They are
hmm
trying to improve their lives just like I am, just like anybody else.
You're
My
not under
lingo,
attack, by the way. If you're feeling like you're under attack right now, you're absolutely not. I
no,
love these conversations.
yeah, I can't necessarily. The clean word is different for me.
Mhm.
But I feel like yes, they are. You know what? Yeah, they have cleaned up their lives. So
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
Now that you hit me with it, I'm like, oof.
Yeah, no, you're allowed to say what. You're. This is a safe place, brother. You say whatever you want.
Yeah,
It's all good. You're not going to be
you
like
know,
coming under attack from me. From
we sit
me.
here with this ideology, right?
Yeah.
Ideology, right, of
Yeah.
what it's supposed to be, right? And we
Right.
have this thing made up in our head what it's supposed to be.
hmm
Well, these are just words, anyways. So
Yeah. Yeah.
your my clean and your clean are not two and the same. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? My house, how it's cleaned,
Yeah.
it might not look like your house looking cleaned. You know what I mean? But it's clean.
Yeah. I bet you it doesn't.
It's but it's clean, right?
There's no drugs in
If
it.
you're yes, so yes, they are clean, you know, because they're living life and they're doing their deal and they're doing what they need to do to clean up their lives, to clean up their community, to where they're not you know, a what's it called? I can't even think of it.
I'm
Can't even
sorry.
think of the word.
That might have been me.
Yeah.
That might have been me that threw you there. I know that all you can see is me on this production, and I take myself off screen and I look at other things, and it might throw you a little bit. I apologize
Okay.
for that.
No, you're fine, you know, and we're just trying to be productive members of society. That's what I was looking for.
Hmm.
Being productive members of society. We're not being derelicts. We're not out here, you know, doing crazy stuff. So, you know, I just, you know, we clean house, man. We clean house. That's what it is, and that's what they're doing, man. And I
Mhm.
met some awesome people along the way that
Tell
are
us about the Hope Shot.
um.
How'd that get started?
So the Hope Shot started. The Hope Shot started because I was in business and I'm was doing some things out in the community, and somebody wanted to try to take, you know, everybody attacks the weakest link, which is, you know, criminal background. So somebody that was out of our little group took my mugshot and started plastering all over the internet to kind of discredit what I've me and
Like as a business owner?
so as yeah, so they're because we're in this little group of people and they didn't know exactly the full extent, right?
Mhm.
They didn't know. They was just like, I'm a business owner, you're a business owner. I look good, like I clean up well, you know what I mean? I'm not some like weirdo, you know,
Mhm.
not Smeagol, 130 pounds. I wasn't him. Um, but I looked like you know, a business owner, man. I was I had my shit together, right?
Mhm.
And I was in recovery, and they took my mugshot and was plastering all over it, discredit this whole group, and like I was like, oh my god, I'm found out. They know who I am now. They'll, you
Yeah.
know, now like, and that there was a part of me that needed that to happen in order to really get that shame and guilt taken care of, because like man, I was ashamed of the person I was. That picture of Smeagol, like
Mhm.
dude, he was rough, man. And like having that put out there with these people that didn't know who I was and they knew me as this, and I'm like, oh my god, they knew who I was. Now they're not gonna, I'm screwed. What are we gonna do? You know, it's still in that same mindset, and it was the opposite. And I
Mhm.
just took everything I learned in recovery and handled it with a positive. So we made the Hope Shot to share the positive message of recovery, and we're not going to feed into your negativity. We're not going to hide. We're not going to back down. We're going to freaking show how recovery works and what it looks like and the positive, man. I'm just going to share my story. I might as well tell you the whole thing, not just a little
Mhm.
glimpse of a mugshot you got,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and
Because it was a decade.
you're doing more though than just the live streaming talk show. Like there's some other things in the making, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're a nonprofit charity right now. We have an MOU with the Pasco County Sheriff's Office, the county that we live in, to where we do outreaches to the people that have overdosed. We get to, you know, reach out to them, see if they need any services, see if we can help. We're trying to start up a peer mentorship program into the jails around us to see if we can like hit them where, you know, because that rescue mission's real. You know, like
Mhm.
when I got rescued, if like going in there, man, sometimes we're at that perfect moment where we might go up, you know, if we can
Mhm.
have somebody come in there and just believe in us. When that power of somebody believing you, man, it can do wonders for a person's soul. You know what I mean? Like just a little bit of faith in somebody else, man. Like I know you could do this, you know, just some words of encouragement. It could change somebody's whole life and they blossom into this human that you never believe. And it just takes a
Mhm.
little bit of somebody just caring for them, you know? So
Yeah.
we're trying to do that. Yeah. So
Mm.
excited, man. It's slow moving, but
Yeah.
you know,
How,
it's
how many
it's been a hell of a ride.
how many times a week do you go live? And where do you go live?
We go live. We go live 2 times a week. I actually just got off my live. We're in the Eastern time zone here in Florida.
Mhm.
So we go live at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time every Sunday and Wednesday. Wednesday we share stories of success, kind of like you're doing right now, and
Mhm.
then it's called Addiction to Success.
Mhm.
And then Sundays we do topics where we just share about our recovery. We have a few of us go on for the Hope Shot since we have a board.
Mhm.
A few of us go on and just share about maybe something we're going through, maybe something to start the week up, maybe something we conversate with somebody about. Tonight's topic, what we talked about was, you know, the garden. You know, where recovery is a garden, and we're in this garden. We have to pick the weeds out, and the weeds are the shit in our lives, or the stuff that like we have to get down to the root of why do we do what we do. You know, why we keep, you know. So we got to maintain the garden.
Is everybody that's involved with the Hope Shot involved with 12-step recovery?
Yeah, just not the same deal. They're not in the same thing, but we'd like to get more people like that are like MAT or maybe the Celebrate Recovery. You know, I got a couple of prospects I might bring on, you know, just because we want it all to be encompassing. We don't want one sector, one thing. We do a clarity statement at the beginning to say, we don't care how you get from A to Z, just get there, just be well. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's about. Just be well, you know?
Yeah. Cool, man. So. All right. Well, that's all I got for you. Unless there's, is there anything that anything you'd like to leave us with tonight?
Man, yeah. If you're struggling, reach out. I have a Hope Shot page. You know, I'm always checking the messages. I try to do the best I can with reaching back out. But if you're struggling, it just takes you to get outside of yourself, to snitch on yourself and tell somebody. Don't go up here and keep it up here. Get it out there. Even if you're in recovery and you're about to, like, because we are in relapse mode before we're even relapse. You know what I mean? Nobody might know the crap that's going up here. And we think that nobody cares about us. Nobody wants to hear my bullshit, which is bull. Okay? Get it out there. Talk to somebody. Talk to the right people at least, too. Don't talk to people that you don't think are in your little circle, maybe that you're using with or whatever. Just talk to somebody that cares. Reach out to Hard Knocks. I'm sure he will message you. Same with us, the Hope Shot. Yeah, if you're struggling, don't keep it there. Don't screw up. Like today, like there is a life and death situation going on out there with this fentanyl shit. It is in everything and anything, and it is here to kill you no matter what. Like it's Russian roulette out there. So just, you know, be safe and like reach out.
Awesome.
That's it.
All right, man. That's it. That's a wrap.
All right, man.
Take care, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Appreciate you. Yeah.
All right. And that's it for me, too. Like, subscribe, follow Hard Knocks Talks, or you'll make Justin